Sir, thank you very much. And now the gentleman from California, I recognize Mr. Issa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, you have what some have considered to be the key cabinet position because it's really a conglomerate of a lot of things that didn't necessarily go together, but Congress saw fit to bring them together. Conveniently and interestingly, we're here to talk about the CHIPS Act, but I think what's interesting is two of your key undersecretaries. Your undersecretary known as the BIS, and your undersecretary known as the director of the PTO. When you were in China just days ago,
a couple weeks ago,
you were bushwhacked, to say the least, by the launch of a 5G phone and the proof that China has achieved 7 nanometer capability. That wasn't an accident. They chose you as an important symbol of their accomplishment. The tools that are at your disposal, one of them clearly to stop the export of technology that allows exactly what has just occurred to occur. The other one, though, is the one I want to focus on for a moment. Even though the Undersecretary for Intellectual Property, the PTO director, is somewhat independent, still falls under yours, and the coordination is uniquely yours as the Secretary. My question to you is, 3 of the top 10 patent recipients last year were Chinese. Only 1 was American. The reality is that Huawei, a company not able to do business in the United States, continues to receive, and often clandestinely through proxies, they continue to receive royalties because they are in fact patenting the technology. And there were a couple people that talked about trees and valleys. I'm from Telecom Gulch, San Diego. We are extremely concerned that your administration has to find a way to block in a different way. It's not just about a particular device going to China from Lam or some other entity. The reality is that if China is allowed to create blocking and revenue technology in 5G, in telecommunication, in a host of areas as they are, the patent system, both directly through real innovation and through what I would call AI blocking, in other words, coming up with patents that envision things that they haven't really reduced to practice, will be used against us to thwart us. What can you do with the combination of those and other tools?
Yeah. So let me say this. I would welcome to come sit with you if you have ideas for our consideration. We're trying to use every single tool at our disposal, BIS, enforcement, patents, to deny the Chinese an ability to, get intellectual property, to advance their technology in ways that can hurt us. I was obviously, I don't know what the right word, upset, when I saw the Huawei announcement. The only good news, if there is any, is we don't have any evidence that they can manufacture 7 nanometer at scale. And although I can't talk about any investigations specifically, I promise you this. Every time we find credible evidence that any company has gone around our export controls, we do investigate. But as it relates to IP, I'll come sit with you, or have Kathy Vidal come sit with you. If you have ideas for how we can tighten it up, I want to hear them.
Well, I have been able to meet with Kathy. I'd love to meet with you because during the time I left Congress for 2 years, my job was to try to figure out how to compete with Belt and Road. And we don't do it well because we don't coordinate the way China does in competing against us. I would like to see in technology that we do coordinate yours and other parts of the government. So I'll be happy to meet with you at your convenience.
Great.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you.